Welcome to Against All Odds, where real stories meet real resilience. I'm your host, Amber, and each episode dives into the moments that test us and the strength that carries us through, because every story is a comeback story.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Against All Odds, real stories of resilience and renewal. I'm your host, Amber Beidler, MSW, and today I'm sitting down with someone whose story is not only powerful, but deeply healing. My guest today is Aurianna, a licensed professional counselor who has turned her own life and lived experiences into purpose, helping others heal, rebuild, and just rediscover themselves after some of life's hardest chapters. Aurianna's journey reminds us that even though the most painful seasons can become the foundation for our greatest growth. Aurianna, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for people to hear your story and your journey, and the wisdom you bring both from your personal journey and your work as an LPC. Are you ready to jump in?
I am.
Okay. So we're going to start with kind of like early life and foundation. I think you have a really interesting background, upbringing, journey throughout life to where you are today. So let's start from the beginning. What was life like growing up for you? Yeah. Yes. No question. I know it.
What was life like? It was a mixed bag. I mean, it was pretty tumultuous, but at the time I didn't know it was tumultuous, so it felt very normal. It was just life.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back, obviously there's a lot more that I can grasp, and there was a lot of estranged family dynamics, a lot of intense power dynamic. Family was pretty separated. Drugs, alcohol, neglect, all of the things.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know your ACEs score? Have you done the adverse childhood experience?
I do not.
Okay, interesting. It's one of my favorite things, and I talked about this in a previous podcast, but like the adverse childhood experience questionnaire. They also have it, like I used to work in the foster care system. They used to have it for kiddos who have experienced a lot of trauma. And they usually consider anything over a 5 pretty intense. So that could be anything from like your parents went to jail, your parents were addicted to drugs, your parents got a divorce, they were abusive, or you had a sibling that was abusive, sexually, emotionally, whatever. So yeah, we'll have to do that at some point. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I have the inkling we will score over a 5.
Oh yeah, yes, for sure, and that's why we're here today.
Yes.
But yeah, cool. So tell me a little bit more about what, not only what shaped you in life, but why you are the woman that you are today. Like, what are the things that you had growing up that made you who you are today, and the caring, compassionate counselor?
Yeah. Oh man, that's a great question. I think all of those moments from inception until now have been a catalyst to some sort of piece of me. Obviously, in the beginning, I found a lot of solace in chaos. Like it became very normal. And so that was a guiding part of who and how I have always been. Harnessing that chaos and honoring it for something that isn't for evil. Has been tricky, but it, obviously like getting sober was the massive catalyst to that.
Amazing.
And everything since then has been a gift as a result of. But it took a long time to get there.
Yeah, no kidding. And I can appreciate like how resilient you are, because I know a little bit about your background, and I know that no one else does yet. But can you talk me through like how you got sober? Like, what was that journey like for you?
Yeah, how I got sober is such a hard question. And I've answered it a million times, I guess. But it's always, it's just one of those feelings that I had. Like a lot of people talk about like bottoms or like their last ditch experience, and for me that day looked like so many other experiences I had already had. You know, I was an incredibly tumultuous drinker. I was mean. I would almost inevitably get violent. Like I was very harmful psychologically and physically. Like just so many rough around the edges character traits that would come out. And the last night that I had drank, you know, it was did the same dance, like got mean, got violent. Like it was a whole theatric ordeal. And then, of course, I got arrested, which that was, by that time, I don't know how many times I had been to jail, but it was a lot. And I remember just kind of like sitting in the back of the cop car and thinking, I hope everyone that I had harmed in that instance feels bad for me because I'm going to jail. Like, boo-hoo.
Victim mentality.
And in that moment, I remember just like having this like overwhelming sense of like guilt and shame and realizing like what a horrible outlook. Like I just probably definitely put some people through some trauma in that moment. And all I could think about was me, like my life's sad, I'm sad, everyone feel bad for me. And so to have my quick little jail vacation and to come out, it was just like I had to hit the ground running.
No kidding.
And the rest was history. Like it sucked, it hurt, it was painful, I cried, I was you know.
So it took, and have you only gone to jail one time?
No, I think, gosh, I mean, it was probably, it's humbling that I can't tell you a number.
Oh my God. No, that's okay. And you don't have to.
I have no idea, honestly. I was just off to the races.
And at what point during that process did you get fully sober?
So in 2019, which is kind of like the last night, like my last huzzah that I'm telling you about. 6.5 years ago. It's crazy. It's a long time to be a sober person. But that was it. Like once I got out of jail, I guess, detoxed, whatever. I've been sober since.
Amazing. What do you think that last time did? Like, what do you think it was? Was there like just a complete mindset shift? Do you think that there was there something like a catastrophic event? Like what happened?
I really do think it was just like this divine intervention almost, like just the universe existing. And I was able to separate myself for just an instant. And almost like look at myself. And that's where that guilt and shame came from of, wow, this is kind of not it. Like this, how much more do you have left in you before you just can't do this anymore?
Interesting. It's hard. It is hard to get sober. It is a completely different life if you are someone who has relied on numbing agents to numb whatever has been going on. I know that feeling very well. And interesting. Okay. So it took that one time, and then how did you stay sober? Like, what were some of the things that you started to do that really helped you in recovery?
Well, by the time I had gotten out of jail, I had already known of like the 12-step world as a resource. So that is where I found myself for my first handful of years. And, you know, like we were kind of chatting earlier, I do see the benefit in that. I do see like what that gave me. And above all else, I think it just gave me a sense of community and accountability.
Totally. Obviously,
After that, like it just became less aligned. And I hold no like hate in my heart for that, but there's a lot that I had to unlearn, and it's probably more than I learned. There's a lot of harmful, like absolutist, purist rhetoric in those spaces, and that makes it hard to be human because I have a lot of other problems to still work through. Not drinking, not using drugs didn't fix me. It didn't cure me. It just gave me some bumper.
I think what it does ultimately is it makes us face reality. And sitting with your feelings once you're sober is one of the hardest things, especially if you're someone that went through, you know, maybe like a tumultuous childhood or chaotic life. I think just overall sitting with your feelings is one of the hardest things because we want to run. We want to run straight to our numbing agent. We want to run. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Which do you think you are?
I think I've always been a fight. Always been a fight, which for a long time, obviously, it was not an asset. Or it was, and then it wasn't.
Sure.
I think I've learned how to fight in more productive ways now, but not always.
Yeah, no, it can be hard, especially like, when we learn these ways of fight, flight, freeze, or fawning growing up, it is so engraved in us that, I mean, like, even now I notice like that I'm still doing some of the things that I did, when I was coping as a child. And it's interesting to see how we kind of develop that as an adult and are able to really like let go of that. Are you in therapy now?
I am not in therapy right now, which might be a therapist's hot take.
No, listen, I get it. It's hard to find someone that you click with, especially when you have that experience as a therapist. I get that.
And I've been in therapy. I've found benefit in it in the past. I think right now it's just a lack of resources. Like,
totally,
most of the therapists I know, unfortunately, don't have the access to finances or even reasonable insurance. So we're just kind of in the system like everybody else.
So true.
I do have mentors who I talk to often.
Nice.
And so,
okay, good. Yeah.
I mean, are they therapists? No, but are they wise?
Experience. Absolutely.
For sure.
Totally.
So I'll take that at least.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, cool. Okay, so you're an LPC, and for those who don't know, licensed professional counselor. There are many different types of counselors: LCSWs, LMFTs, gosh, all the acronyms. Look it up. I encourage. But you talked a little bit about going to pursue your LPC. And specializing actually in like intimacy therapy. Why did you get into that, and how, and all of the things?
Yeah, that's a great question. The development in like who I am as a therapist and what I'm interested in is unique. I think at the time I was an intern. Like, I was just kind of exploring and seeing what felt good. And I was encouraged to make a list of things that I'm passionate about outside of like the therapeutic self, and grief, sex, liberation were all things that came up. And this is not an original thought. It's Adrienne Marie Brown, our queen. But she said something about, in her book, Pleasure Activism, she says something along the lines of pleasure is the point. Like, it's not meant to be frivolous. It is a source of liberation, and it's a way to show activism within self and others.
Yeah, it's true.
And that rang really true for me. I mean, sex and intimacy are both really powerful experiences that most, if not all of us encounter. And why is that taboo? Why are we afraid to talk about it?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, it's very rare, and because it is taboo, to find a sex or intimacy therapist. I think that people are afraid to pursue it. So I'm hoping that you will get a lot of clientele, because I think that there are like so many things that shape us, whether it's growing up or through like experiences in life that affect our intimacy. And whether that's sexual assault, or maybe a partner that was not emotionally able to be there for you, and you can't lean in and have sex that way, or whatever. I think there's so many people that need to talk about it but don't know how to start the conversation.
Absolutely.
Because it is so taboo. So how would you encourage someone to like to start a conversation about that, and start thinking about like, oh gosh, maybe I have some intimacy issues, or I guess also what kinds of things come up during your sessions that people can pursue when they're thinking about finding a therapist?
Yeah. I think, the first thing is always just feeling out energy. Like, before you even feel safe enough to talk about things that can be taboo, like sex, you have to feel safe.
You do.
And if you don't, it's not likely to feel good. And
Yep.
I think that is, even though my clients that I have now know that I am deeply interested in and passionate in sex and sexuality, for some of them it has taken years to open up and to be comfortable enough to start talking about those things. And patience is the name of the game for me. Like, I'm in no rush. And so we hold that space when it's time. And then when it's time, I'm excited. They can tell I'm excited. I'm ready. Nothing's off the table for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that you have such an open mindset about that, and there's no like topic that is a no, I guess, with you. And I know like you're starting your own practice, the pleasure practice. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, I love that name.
Thank you.
So cute. How did you come up with that name, and how long will it be until you have it?
Oh my gosh. So practice is up and running, which is great.
Love that.
I hope to transition full time eventually. But until then, I stay with my group practice as well, which is great. The name, who even knows? I
love it.
Through like 95 names before I finally said, Aurianna, you have to pick one. Like, this is just avoidance at this point.
Sure.
And the pleasure practice was born. So it was perfect.
I think it's also a really good name for a podcast.
Yes.
A podcast. Yes. How does your own experiences with adversity influence the way you connect with and support your clients? And, is there countertransference or like, gosh, and I know as an MSW, there can be that.
Oh, for sure.
What does that look like for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it would be so dishonest to say like there is not countertransference.
For sure.
For me, I'm pretty transparent with the clients that I do have, and I think I just attract a certain kind of person a lot of the times. Because of probably really the way I look.
Sure.
Which helps, like being an alt presenting person in like a not alt presenting field.
For sure.
But I get a lot of like earthy, spiritual, humans. And so we kind of start at the baseline understanding of like, yes, I'm a professional, but I'm not in charge. I don't have power. And I think that we get to experience things together. And that means when they feel pain, sometimes I feel it. And sometimes I react to that.
Sure. You're an empath.
Yes, absolutely. And when they experience healing, I'm sometimes the first to call that and bear witness to that. And there's always an exchange, and to block that off intentionally, even though that's what's encouraged in grad school, I think is a disservice. I don't want to be an individualized healer. I want the collective to grow and heal together.
Absolutely. No, I love that. And I know, we talk a lot about like your clients healing and their resilience and all the things, but speaking of that, kind of going back a little bit, what does resiliency mean to you, and how does it show up in your life? Because you've been through a lot.
Resiliency has always been such a interesting word to me. I think for a long time I hated it because I thought, like, who's resilient by choice? No one. Right. Like, I don't really want to be resilient then. I think the way it's manifested and the way it's shown up in all phases of my life is just a stubbornness to survive. That's it. Like, it wasn't even always a survival desire to survive. It was just a stubbornness. Probably rooted in ego, a little of like pride of like, I can do this. Do anything. But it's gotten so soft for me over the years. Like, resilience is so gentle, and I'm not motivated by pain anymore, which feels relieving.
Yeah, man, when we are driven by pain because we create our own chaos, because it feels familiar and comfortable, the moment that you realize that you don't have to do that anymore, like literally it makes me want to tear up, because I think a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to stay in that forever. Like, you just keep moving forward. It's hard. I want to wallow sometimes. Like, I want to sit there in a victimhood mentality. But the reality is, like, we don't have a choice. We have to keep going. Yeah, and I love that. I think there is like this survival mode, right? Of like, if I don't get my shit together, I'm gonna drop back to where I was, or I'm gonna, something horrible is gonna happen. And so, yeah, I like that perspective a lot. Like, it's a story of survival. And so for some people, it's a mindset. So for some people, it's like, if I don't do this, then that's that. So as a therapist, what misconceptions do you wish people would let go of when it comes to therapy or recovery?
Ooh.
Yeah. So many.
I think the biggest misconception, and I even had this in my beginning phases as a therapist, was thinking that things can be fast. For some people, that might be realistic, but that's not the case for everybody. And so I can't fix something that isn't broken, but sometimes people come in feeling like they are broken or wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not the cure, I'm just the guide.
Yeah. For sure. They are the cure.
Yes, absolutely. All of
Internally.
the resources are within self and within community. I'm just here to kind of help you process and workshop that.
Love that.
I think as far as recovery, so many misconceptions.
So many. Yeah.
I think if there was one that I could really just shine a light on, it's that, even though I maybe centered my own sobriety around like the idea of abstinence in a lot of ways, that is not the blueprint.
Yeah,
that is not the only way.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you go to AA or to rehab or to jail, or you have a lifestyle shift.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, it counts, and there's no right or wrong way to be in recovery.
There's really not. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I've seen people from all walks of life do very different things, and whatever works. And I say try everything until you can figure out something that works for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, gosh, recovery is hard. But yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Thank you.
So how do you feel like as a therapist, you personally can protect your peace and avoid burnout while also holding space for people every day?
I think the one good thing is I have a large capacity. I don't know if you know anything about human design.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. I don't know how much I buy into it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm like one of like the rare types, and it's the manifestation generator. So I just am fueled by passion. Like if I feel fulfilled or if I feel excited, I can take in and churn out energy consistently.
Absolutely.
But it does, being a therapist is hard for sure. Being a human's hard.
Yeah, it is. No kidding.
I definitely think that protecting my peace looks a lot like staying fulfilled, staying passionate, but also knowing my limits. And that's an ebb and flow. I've had to really learn like what stretches me too thin, what fills me up, what is accessible, even in little moments when I'm burning out, but I have 3 more clients, because that happens.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel bad when I shout out to my therapist, Alicia. I'm going to show her this one. Who, poor thing, sees people back to back. And I, as an empath, am like, do you want a second to like, would you like because it's hard, and it's hard not to be, and it's not that you're choosing not to be empathetic, it's choosing to have a barrier so that you don't have to feel like you're taking on everyone else's shit.
Absolutely.
And it's hard. But yeah, how do you not carry it home with you?
Sometimes I do, and that's just how it plays out. Most of the time, I wear jewelry, and other than like my wedding ring that's always on.
Right.
I'll do a little bit of like first thing when I get home. My partner knows. Don't talk to Aurianna right now. Like he just needs to reset.
Fair.
It's as simple for me as like the ritual of like taking off the jewelry, taking off the clothes, shaking it off, and if I need Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I need to process more, I will. You know, I
Yeah.
have hobbies, I have outlets.
Yeah.
Those things, I have community.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I actually think this is like such a great episode for practitioners and mental health practitioners in specific, because it is one of the most burnt out fields ever. I think like taking on other people's things can really I don't even know if it's like burning out completely, as it is like, holy shit, I didn't even know, X, Y, or Z was a thing. Like that's a whole other form of trauma that I've never seen, and that hurts my heart. That happened to me a lot when I was practicing social work, and yeah, I mean, I think it's great that you have rituals that you do to avoid burnout, because
yes, absolutely,
really, really hard.
Absolutely.
So I love asking this question, but if you could go back and as yourself now and tell your little self something, what would it be?
Why is that such a soft question?
I know. I know.
My heart instantly just ached a little.
Yeah.
Gosh. When I think back, I mean, she was so fun and fierce and vibrant, and she had no fucking clue what life was like. I don't even think she knew that it could be better, because she didn't know it was bad.
Yeah.
And so I would just encourage her to exist like authentically. And if I could have learned anything earlier, it would have been, other people's perceptions aren't my business. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yep.
Be yourself, which sounds so cliche, but
no, it's true. And like, even now, I think people struggle so much with identity that it's like, who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? Because society has pressured me to feel like I need to be 1,000 different things at once, or someone that I'm not really. And it's hard to live authentically. What's a piece of advice you could give to someone who feels like they're really struggling with their identity, other than like, obviously being yourself? But what if they're struggling with that?
Sure. I mean, that's a great question, because if I'm struggling to be myself, do I even know who self is, what self is?
Yeah,
and
right.
I didn't always.
Yeah.
For me, it shows up in a very like somatic, energetic way.
Yep.
I can feel it. Like I can feel viscerally everything. I think I'm an energetically intense person.
Sure.
But when it feels wrong, I know. Like I can feel it in my chest. I can feel it in my stomach.
Yeah.
I can feel it in my throat.
Yeah.
And so when things feel wrong, I don't engage. Unless there's a purpose or a reason that I need to be. But that has been such a great guide for me, or like internal compass of figuring out what does feel fulfilling, especially being around so many people and places and things that took and never fulfilled me at all.
Yeah, man. Feeling empty can be hard, and trying to refill your cup is really hard. But yeah, what do you think you're most proud of as a woman today?
Oh, man. It's funny because I feel so proud of so many things.
As you should.
Obviously, of course, sobriety is up there, but it's really just laid the foundation for so many things. And so the sobriety gave me the opportunity to be proud, to feel proud. This year's a great year, or the last 2 years have been a great year to think about like what I'm proud of. And this year specifically, despite all of the achievements like marriage and grad school and blah blah blah, whatever it is, the sober milestones, the way I've been able to show up fearlessly in community and be a part of things, lead protests, show up for mutual aid, talk about things that matter like Palestine and the liberation of all people, and especially being, I don't need the acknowledgement for that. I shouldn't. It's not my role here, but the acknowledgement does feel good. Like people see who I am now and how I show up. I got accidentally got to speak as a keynote speaker at a Transvisibility Day rally.
I love that for you.
And so it's just cool. Like I'm showing up and this voice that I've used to talk so much shit in the past, like I'm still talking a lot of shit, but like it's all important. It's things that matter. Like these people need voices.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think that's like our role as therapists and as mental health advocates is like you are the voice for people that do not have one. And we need that now more than ever. So if there's someone out there who is listening right now who feels stuck or broken or like they'll never come out of the other side, which is very common, what would you want them to hear?
I would share that shame is a survival instinct. That voice in our head that says, keep it down, shove it down, don't talk about it. People won't love you if they know this thing about you. It's just a tactic. And it keeps us from exile. But the way to combat that shame is to be in community, is to be vulnerable. And it's so counterintuitive to feel shame and still be vulnerable.
It is.
Whether that's a phone call, a text, a social media post, showing up to a friend or family member's house, going to an event where you know nobody but someone is there. Those things matter. Community is the only constant we will always have, no matter what.
So true.
And so reaching out, being vulnerable, that's hard, not easy advice to take, but in any capacity, I would encourage that every time.
Absolutely. Yeah, vulnerability is the only way that you are able, in my opinion, to heal. If you keep everything internal, there is no way on this earth that I believe you are going to heal, because you as a human being, and not you, but anyone, has wisdom, has their own life experiences, but man, do other people also have really, really great advice and wisdom to share, which is why I love having people like you here, because you have your own wisdom and your own life experiences to help others. So that makes me really happy. But yeah, I hope that there's someone here listening that might even want to become not a guest, but a patient, or not a patient, or a client of the pleasure practice. Are you taking new patients right now?
I am. I'm still new and flourishing, or starting to flourish. And so there's so much space for the human connection.
I love it. Yay, that's so exciting. On a side note and more logistical note, for anyone listening who lives in Colorado, because I think you're only licensed in Colorado. Are you in network with insurance right now?
I am not.
Okay, got it.
Hopefully, once I have, hopefully come May, I'll be able to be like committed to insurance, definitely Medicaid.
Yes. Oh my gosh, could you imagine all the people you're going to help on Medicaid?
But we'll see.
Well, you're right.
Yes.
You're actually
we will
so right about that.
Okay,
cool. Oh my gosh, yay. Well, I think the pleasure practice sounds amazing, and I encourage anyone who's interested in seeing Aurianna, go. Please go. And I just want to thank you so much for sharing your heart with us. Your energy is really infectious, and you have such a bright, loving soul, and I love that you're able to share that, with others in the community. Your story and insight as both a survivor and mental health professional. Your words remind us that healing is not linear, like we talked about. So, it's brave, it is messy, and it is worth it. I promise you that. So for anyone listening who resonated with Aurianna's story, make sure to check out the show notes for a way to connect with her or find mental health support near you. We'll make sure that we put some mental health support other than Aurianna as well, just in case, it's not the best fit, but you're looking for mental health support. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Against All Odds. If today's episode spoke to you, share it, tag it on Instagram. Tag the pleasure practice, and keep the conversation going. That's all we care about. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It was such a great way to just close the week and bring in a new week.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm actually genuinely really happy that you're here.
Yay!
Thank you for joining me on Against All Odds. a space where strength is shared and stories remind us what's possible. If today's conversation moved you, inspired you, or made you feel a little less alone, share it with someone who might need it too. I'm Amber, and until next time, keep going, keep growing, and never forget, your story matters.